And joining us from Beijing to talk more about this meeting is Jia Xiudong. He's an expert in international relations and senior fellow with the China Institute of International Studies. Welcome back to the show. I want to get your take. What do you consider the highlights of this China, Russia, India meeting? What were the biggest takeaways?
This is, of course, a regular mechanism of trilateral meetings of the foreign ministers, an opportunity for them to focus on trilateral cooperation and compare notes on major international and regional issues. But compared with the last meeting in New Delhi in 2013, there are quite a number of highlights. For example, all these three countries support the commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, and they pledge their support to uphold and reform the international order established after the Second World War, including the reform of the United Nations and its Security Council. Also, I note that they spent a lot of time. Actually, the meeting, the joint communique released, gave a lot of space to the issue of counterterrorism. For example, they committed to fight against any terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, and committed by whomever, wherever, and for whatever purposes. That's a strong signal sent by the three countries on the issue of terrorism.
Where do you think China relations stand with Russia at the moment, especially as Russia faces Western sanctions?
The bilateral relationship remains strong and robust. And of course, at the same time, China urges a peaceful and political settlement of the Ukrainian crisis. We know that the bilateral relationship between China and Russia is not directed against any other countries, let alone Western countries. And actually, as a matter of fact, their bilateral relations are conducive to a settlement of international regional issues like the Afghanistan, Syria, Middle East, and other major international issues.
Turning now to India and China, India recently tested some new missiles. The U.S. president recently paid a high-profile visit to India. Where do you see China-India ties? Any cause for concerns at all?
The missile test of Agni 5 is not a game changer. Of course, it's not even the end game of the weapons modernization program of India. And this test and other tests of weapons by India will not and should not stand in the way of the development of the relations between China and India. The two countries have become partners despite their differences over the border issue. And actually, both China and India would like to establish closer relations with the United States. So that should not be, will not be a concern for China in the general terms. Of course, there are talks about India-U.S. relations against China, but that's only just a part of their relationship. It's not all about their relationship.
All right, Jia Xiudong, as always, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us from Beijing.